Hi, welcome back to Aura7 Yoga. My name is Francesca. So this video is going to be part one of a weight loss yoga series. So we're going to start today. No tools needed for this class. And whenever you're ready, let's get started. Oh, hi! In case if you missed it, we have our Cropos tutorial live. You can find it in the description, or you can go into Aura7Activewear.com and find it over there. All right, let's get started by simply laying down onto our backs. Coming all the way down onto the mat. Just knock the inner knees together, separate your feet and mat distance apart. Place your hands onto your belly. You start to feel your belly rising and sinking back down towards the earth. Start to feel the rhythm of your own breath. And see if you can gently slow it down a little. Start to pull the belly button in towards the spine and start to lift up the pelvic floor, turning on your bandhas, Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Blink your eyes open if your eyes are closed, and then bring your feet, the soles of the feet, hip distance apart. Okay, bring the arms by your side. Shimmy the shoulder blades closer together and press your elbows, the forearms down to the mat. Good. Now feel that there's a little bit of an arch into your lower back, but as you pull the belly in towards the spine, you start to push the lower back down, but keep that tiny little mouse hole underneath your lower back. Keep the lower belly engaged and slowly lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Keep the engagement, especially feel now the right side lower belly being super engaged. Release the right foot down to the mat. Keep the left knee bent, keep the lower belly engaged, lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Good, now we're going to start to do that breath through movement. See if you can soften your jaw, your shoulders, and just really focus on that core muscle. One more time, just to start to feel that isolation in the core. Feel that position for your lower back, but it's nice and safe. Good. Now release both feet down to the mat. Walk them a little closer together so your big toes are touching each other. Pull the belly in. Now see if you can lift both legs up and away from the mat. And then see if you can soften the shoulders in the same time and your jaw. And then tap the heels down to the mat. Keep that slight little arch into your lower back. And then lift it back up. Good, a couple more times, just like that. Release the heels down. Pull the lower belly in. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. And lift it back up. Last one. Release the heels closer to the ground. Maybe they tap in all the way down to the mat without lifting the lower back away from the mat. And come on back to center. Bring the knees into this tabletop position. Good. Crunch up, bring the fingertips behind the ears. Lift the shoulder blades away from the mat. Good. Now slowly, keeping the shoulder blades away from the mat, keep hugging the lower belly in, the belly button in towards the spine. Extend the right leg forward. Same rule here. There's a tiny bit of arch in your lower back, but try not to over-exaggerate that arch, so really feel that core strength the whole time. Rebend the right leg, extend the left leg forward. Pull the belly in, crunch up a little bit higher, open through the elbows, open through the chest, and switch with the next exhale. Shh. Good, just like that. And switch. Shh. Nice exhales out through the mouth. Maybe the fire breath can help you to engage with the core. Exhale. Shh. Good, one more time. Exhale. Shh. Now keep the right leg forward and extend the left leg to meet the right. Crunch up a little bit higher. Feel that engagement in the whole core. Maybe reach the arms forward. Maybe point the toes, engage the thighs and hold it here. 2 more breaths. And release it down all the way to the mat. Nice job. Now we're going to bring the knees back into that tabletop position. Interlock the hands, staple grip, release the index finger, cross your thumbs. Crunch up and reach your fingers to the outside of the right leg. Now extend the left leg all the way forward. Same thing here. Hug the lower belly in and crunch up a little bit higher. Now hold it here, or maybe try to extend the right leg all the way to the ceiling and crunch up a little bit higher. Feel the obliques turning on. Hold. Hold the legs in the same position. Just reach the arms towards the left heel. Keep focusing on the breath. Softening the jaw, the teeth. Focusing on the breath and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Rebend the knees. Keep the knees right over the hips. Interlock the hands, same way as you did before, and reach to the outside of the left knee. Now slowly extend the right leg forward. You can keep the left knee bent the whole time, or you can try to extend the left leg to the ceiling and see if you can crunch up a little bit higher. Using the obliques, softening everything in the body except your core. It's really working hard. With every exhale, you see if you can stretch and reach a little bit higher up. Good. Hold it here for 3. Keep breathing in and out through the nose for 2. Now hold the legs in the same position. Just reach the fingers towards the right ankle. Lift a little bit higher, crunch up to center. Keep that left leg straight up to the ceiling, or maybe your left knee is still bent. Lift the shoulder blade higher. Hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Hug the knees back onto your chest. Woo, that was really hard. All right, now you're going to extend the legs to the ceiling. You're going to cross the right ankle in front of the left ankle. Squeeze those ankles together. Bring the arms by your side. And then see if you can tuck the tailbone under and lift the hips just an inch away from the mat. And lower it back down. Again, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips just an inch away from the mat. And lower it back down. Last one, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips away from the mat. Legs are straight. Squeeze those ankles together. Pull the lower belly in. And then release it down. Try not to tense your jaw and everything else. Good stuff. Keep the same position with the legs. Just interlock with the fingers behind the ears. Squeeze the ankles together. First, crunch up to your knees. Just crunch up. Lift the shoulder blades away from the ears. Now tuck your tailbone under and lift your hips just an inch away from the mat. Squeeze those ankles together. Now hold everything up. Crunch up and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hug the knees back to your chest. All right, we have one more. This time we're going to reach the legs up and crossing the left ankle in front of the right. Squeeze those ankles together. Flex your feet. So squeezing those ankles together is going to help you to lift everything up towards the ceiling. Bring the arms by your side. Shimmy the shoulder blades closer together. Palms facing down. Tuck the tailbone under and lift the hips just an inch away from the mat. Try to soften the shoulders, the muscles around the face, and release it back down. Again, exhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips away from the mat, just an inch, and release it back down. One more, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips just an inch away from the mat, squeeze those ankles together, flex your feet, soften the face, and release it down. Keep the legs in the same position, bring the hands behind your lower back, open up through the elbows. Lift up, crunch up to your knees. Now squeeze those ankles together, tuck the tailbone under, and lift the hips just an inch away from the mat. Good. Now lift those legs a little higher. Squeeze those ankles together. Lift the chest up, open through the chest. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hug the knees onto your chest. Bring the knees back into that tabletop position. Keep pressing the lower back down to the mat, pulling the lower belly in towards the spine. Bring the arms out to the side like a T. Turn the palms down. Keep the shoulders heavy, and then slowly start to bring the knees towards the right armpit. So twisting here, bringing the knees towards the right armpit. Then using your obliques, come back to center, and then see, bring the knee towards the left armpit, keeping the shoulders heavy down onto the mat, finding a little twist here. Good. Come back to center and keep going one side to the other. Now, if you feel like, okay, this is great, but I can go a little more challenging, then see if you want to maybe straighten those legs and then start to bring the legs closer to the fingers. But don't rest them down to the mat. Keep it hovering and then pull it back up. Now go over to the other side. Push those elbows, push those shoulders down to the mat. Use those obliques, come on back up. Nice job. Couple more. You can keep the knees bent, or if you straighten the legs and you realize that, all right, this is way too much, then rebend the knees again and do it with bent knees. All right, last round. We're going over to both sides one more time. Oh, it's shaking, it's good, it's changing and doing all the good stuff. Rinsing the body. Good job. And come on back to center. Good. Hug the knees onto your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe circle out the ankles. Good. Now rock and roll back and forth. We're going to sit down into both pose Navasana. Lean back. Right in between the tailbone and the sit bones, you're going to find that little sweet spot when you can lean back. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together. Pull the belly in and keep the whole spine nice and long. And then slowly, see if you can lift up the right leg. Good. Keep the spine long, keep the shoulder blades together and lift your sternum up and maybe lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Now this is, if you are leaning back nicely and keeping the spine long, this is already a pretty intense posture right here. But if you like, you can try to release the right arm, try to release the left arm. And again, if this is enough, stay right here. If you want to go a little further, you can extend those legs all the way up. Feel the energy. Let it shake. Take a deep inhale. Now slowly start to lower down into your half boat pose, Ardha Navasana. Keep the shoulder blades away from the mat. Keep those legs away from the mat. Breathing in and out through the nose. Pulling the belly in, hugging the whole belly in towards the spine, the entire core. Don't let the lower belly or the upper belly pop up. Keep everything in. Now with the next exhale, you're going to come back up nice and slow. Bend your knees or keep the knees straight, whatever you like. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down into your Ardha Navasana. Hold it there. Gaze at your toes. Keep your focus onto your breath. Start to feel that beautiful fire building into your body. Lifting the shoulder blades, keeping those legs engaged. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hug the knees onto your chest. Giving yourself a squeeze, giving yourself a little hug. Nice job. Now start to rock and roll back and forth onto your mat. Make your way all the way onto hands and knees. Bring the palms down to the mat. Knees down underneath your shoulders. Watch your front ribs. Your front ribs is going to be the first one. They're going to drop down towards the mat. So keep them hugging back towards the spine. So your whole core is really nicely participating in this whole exercise. Slowly lift the right arm up and away from the mat. What happened to the front ribs? If you drop them down, pull them back. Push the earth away with the left palm. Turn the right thumb towards the ceiling. Then shift the body weight to the right knee and lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Lift that left leg from the left inner thigh. Reach and lengthen all the way back to the left heel and forward to the right finger. Set. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull the knee and the elbow together underneath your body. Find a focus. Stay there. Crunch it all the way in and hold. Inhale, come on back to extension without dropping the front ribs or the belly down to the mat. Keep the back leg strong. One more time. Exhale. Elbow and knee to touch underneath your body. Beautiful job. Hold it here. Crunch it all the way in. Push the earth away with the left palm. Inhale, come on back to extension. And exhale, release it down. Hand and knee comes down to the mat. Lift up the front ribs, lift up the belly, and inhale, lift the left arm up and away from the mat. Now what happened with your front ribs? Those front ribs. Did you drop them down? Pull it back towards the spine. Reach the left fingertips forward. Feel the engagement in the core. Keep the focus on your breath and slowly start to lift the right leg up and away from the mat. Good. Lift the right heel all the way hip height. Reach to opposite direction. Find the maximum length through the spine. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the elbow and knee to touch underneath your body. Roll it all the way in. Hold it here. Push the right palm to the mat. Bring the elbow closer to the knee. Round out through the spine. Inhale, come on back to extension. Reach, lengthen. Exhale, bring the elbow and knee to touch underneath you once again. Round through the upper spine even more this time. Push the earth away with the right palm. Pull the elbow closer to the right knee. Inhale, come on back to extension. Exhale, release it all the way down onto your hands and knees. And stretch back into child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. Soften everything down to the earth. Soften the belly. Relax your jaw. Start to find that steady, slow breath in and out through the nose again. Press yourself up. Sit down onto your mat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Taking a slow inhale through the nose. And audible exhale. Let it out. Bring your hands in between the eyebrows. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Namaste. All right, that was super strong. Thanks for practicing with me today. That was weight loss video number 1. The next one's coming up shortly, so you can continue this amazing workout with me. And keep coming back and practicing the same thing. Making a strong core is a really, really important thing, not just to make like a good looking six-pack, but it's also really, really good to support the entire spine, especially your lower back, working on those really sensitive lower belly muscles. They are so tough when we're lifting those legs. So make sure you come back often, do this workout, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you next time.